Okay, guys, you received pre-fight instructions. Recibiste las instrucciones. Protect yourself. Protégete todo el tiempo. Buena suerte. Good luck. Let's go.
Bringing Rocky Juarez home to the draw with Chris John in the first fight. Márquez's trainer, Nacho Beristain, was the man who handled Oscar De La Hoya. Good straight left hand by Díaz. And the chopping left hook in the corner. And another left hook. Backs up Márquez against the ropes. The face of Díaz's aggression. Díaz showing respect, but ripping Márquez with another left hook. 3 body shots from Márquez. Díaz goes in with the right hand. This is going to be a hellacious war.
Unlike a lot of fights between a younger and older fighter, in this case, the early rounds seem to favor Díaz, where he can take over with his energy and volume punching.
His way into the fight. Remember, down 3 times against Pacquiao in the...
To hit Márquez for the most part. I thought this is what we just see starting about the 4th round, but not in the 1st round.
Maybe he's already making adjustments.
Well, Díaz's great brain power, he's used it throughout his learning curve in the ring.
Not to mention the well-known cultural Mexican tradition of willing to mix it up.
And are they ever? What a big left hook by Díaz. Márquez trying to fire back, lands a right cross and a left hook. Round 1 is an all-out war.
Punching straight through the middle with punches where he's really exerting his weight. And even though they weighed in the same, and I guess tonight...
It's been amazing to behold. So don't expect much of a slowdown. Anything, if he gets his chance. Now the pace slows a little bit in the 2nd round. I get the hunch that Márquez is going to need to stay off the ropes, Manuel.
Yes, and I don't think he's going to do that. And the way that Díaz is punching, he's got his head down more, where he's getting better leverage in the exchanges, and Márquez's head is up more.
This crowd is on its feet already, and they may be on their feet all the way. Big left hook, staggers Márquez. Márquez in trouble, and trying to fight his way out of it. Márquez might have been gone right there. It was an unbelievable shot.
We saw that instinct that I mentioned from Morales, and I think Márquez has the same thing inside him.
In fact, if you wanted to find a comparison for what round 1 looked like, it looked like a round out of a Morales-Barrera fight.
And so does this one.
They're both going to land more than 30 punches in the round. Big left hook by Díaz, straight right hand by Márquez. Díaz jabbing and hunting. Márquez going to the body and coming back up. Missed the right hand.
You can be sure that Márquez is going to find him.
A supremely intelligent
yes.
Excellent reflexes and very good punching power, but you have to wonder about those reflexes at the age of 35.
And particularly, given the wars he's been in. They go off the diving board all at once, but he's looked really good in the first couple rounds against a guy who's looked just a tiny bit better. Good straight jabs by Márquez there, momentarily stopping Díaz in his tracks. And tracks they are, as Juan stalks and stalks.
This is the Juan Díaz that had the boxing world buzzing before his loss to Nate Campbell.
What a will, what determination.
So Márquez is landing punches just as good sometimes.
Good right hand by Márquez. Real fighters love this. They love this kind of competition.
I remember the last time I saw 3 judges score a draw. Very, very rare. Back to this fight. Juan Díaz keeps walking him down, landing clean, hard, effective shots. And when he gets Márquez on the ropes, Márquez seems to lose his head and stand there and slug with Díaz. And that's how Díaz wants to fight. Juan Díaz landed more clean shots, just like he's doing right there. 3-0 Díaz.
You know, I understand that score, and Díaz is imposing his kind of fight. Harder punches.
Well, I think he might be a harder puncher, but of course, Díaz, as we pointed out, is by nature the bigger man.
He needs to, whenever he sees Díaz throwing a hook and needs to block it, then shoot his counter hook at the exact same time.
Díaz has been brilliant so far at finding those moments when Márquez's right hand is slightly dropped. He's landed landed several flush left hooks.
Yeah, and he gets maximum level. He hunches his body forward in a Joe Frazier type style, where his left hook has tremendous force because he has his weight leaning right into the position where...
A four-punch, counter-punch combination. Awesome stuff. Why should a fight like this even be scored? Just let them fight to the finish. 38 out of 96 as opposed to...
Towards the end of that round.
I agree with you, Mac. Márquez is landing a lot of clean, effective combinations, particularly at the end of the round.
But they were able to establish...
Díaz again, imposing his will against Márquez on the ropes. Now Márquez will look to land a 3 or 4 punch combination, and he nails Díaz with 2 uppercuts in a row. Both from the left side. Straight right hand down the pipe by Díaz. Lands twice in a row. Whoever throws more body punches may ultimately be the winner in the fight.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a tough fight right here.
Another huge left hook by Díaz.
You rarely see all those elements combined.
Big body shot by Márquez.
Not had to break these guys up for one clinch at all that I can remember.
I didn't even know he was in the ring.
No, they're just fighting their way straight through the fight.
No clinches, a fast-paced, hard shots.
It was in 2003, I believe, on our competitor network, Showtime. One difference. Good left hook by Díaz again, and a right hand at the end of the round by Márquez. Márquez has been cut in that same spot before. And Joel Casamayor. Nacho Beristain has worked that cut before, and he was cut badly in the Campbell fight. But other than that, another big left hook by Díaz.
He's not been hit with any of those left hooks. And that's a sign of a very intelligent fighter.
Punches up.
Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. How many times do you see that? Left hook, back into the ropes. All-out war.
But Márquez is landing most of the cleaner blows in those exchanges there.
Díaz eats a hard right hand, lands a hard right hand, takes a hard right hand.
Gonna stay off them ropes. When he goes on the ropes, Juan Díaz just pummels him like you're watching right here. When the fight goes into the center of the ring, Juan Manuel, but he ought to stay off the ropes. He's giving Díaz the advantage of that effective aggressiveness and using his size by going up on the ropes. 4-2, Juan Díaz.
Here's an amazing statistic, guys. Against Juan Manuel Márquez than anybody has ever thrown against him.
The 6th, something that Ronnie Shields noted in the corner.
Ronnie hadn't had to work quite as hard here as he did in the Rocky Juarez. Straight right hands landing for Juan Manuel Márquez. Left hook, body shot, left hook to the body, all by Juan Díaz. Now Márquez tries to come back. He's breathing past his mouth guard, and it looks as though the stamina advantage is beginning to show.
Márquez has fought a bit with his mouth open since the 3rd round. The pace is something, as you noted, Jim, that...
Two straight right hands by Márquez. 2 more big left hooks by Díaz. Drives Márquez back against the ropes. Lands a straight right hand of his own. Márquez trying to counter again. Díaz keeping the pressure on. He listened to Ronnie between rounds. He's not going to let the Mexican rest. Díaz, 34 out of 91. In January, it was a tremendous crowd in Staples Center in Los Angeles for Shane Mosley's whacking of Antonio Margarito. Now this, economic conditions, and now there's a cut outside Díaz's right eye.
From the left uppercut from Márquez, which has been maybe his most effective punch.
Along with the straight right hand. Strong rally in the first minute of the 8th round. There comes the uppercut again. Díaz isn't landing many of these.
No.
But he's asserting his energy again. Chavez did with Rocky Juarez's cut in the first fight. He'll have to go to work on Díaz between rounds.
The same thing. Márquez is fighting for the pride of his country. Even though they're both supposed to be Mexican right now, because he considers Díaz a half Mexican. He's American Mexican.
What action.
This is amazing.
Márquez is a good defensive fighter, but Díaz overwhelms his defense.
And as the blood flows, the urgency level rises.
Díaz did not respond well to the cut against Nate Campbell. He's cut in a similar kind of dire way here against Márquez.
Well, we told you how Márquez adjusts and comes on.
And Díaz got caught with a left hook, and he looks stunned.
Can the great technician find a way?
But I don't know if Díaz can handle that, because he has not had that type of experience.
He's the more accurate puncher. And
what an amazing adjustment Márquez made, Emmanuel, in about the 3rd or 4th round to find that uppercut. And
right now, see me a little bit. Center wrestling, when Díaz had his first professional fight, he was in Mexico. He said he never would dream at that time, especially being that he was only 16, that he would end up fighting.
With so warm, so personable. They're taunting each other in the ring.
In between all of us, the ref, because they
when
don't
if he
know the
stops
clinch.
it, it'll be the first thing he's done in the fight.
though Márquez is the much more experienced, in fact, it's Díaz who's had more experience fighting at this pace over the course of the fight.
And he's 10 years younger. And he's fighting in his hometown. And he's supposedly the stronger man.
And he's hurt.
A huge uppercut. Down goes Díaz.
Well, it's all because he doesn't know how to clinch.
Can he make a very brave Juan Díaz will probably go back to fighting.
A experienced fighter would probably clinch, but I don't think that's what he's going to do.
And look at Márquez go to the body. Look at him go to the body to try to set up the finish. And what a right hand. And that will be that.
What you just saw was a really good young fighter knocked out by a great old fighter.
Absolutely. A straight right hand, and then the uppercut produced that first knockdown. The second knockdown is really almost a formality on a brilliant right uppercut.
The winner by knockout victory, Still Ring Magazine world champion and now WBA, WBO, and IBO unified lightweight champion of the world, Juan Manuel Dinamita